Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. In this one, we are going to work on a few logistical things, and we are going to get a little bit better education stuff happening. So in order to do those things, we have to learn some technologies. So I have 3 points currently, but check this out. So go to science, and we grab boarding school and the academy. We are going to gain 3 development points. We'll grab that. That's going to bring us back up to 4. And then I want to go into mining, and I want to grab the landfill talent. Now, this is going to allow us to flatten out some mountains, and there's a lot of mountains around here, so I need to do some flattening. So we're going to grab landfill, and then we have 3 more points. So what I would like to do with those 3 points is I was thinking going for transfer station and then delivery, and then we're going to grab a trade point. And then over in trades, I think I'm going to go for a quick preparation and start continuing to work our way back down toward well-known rep. So I want to get that. I want to continue to do some trading. We've got to get some more of that stuff happening. We have immigrants nearly here. And once those guys get here, that'll be a really nice thing. I've kind of gone a little bit wild with some more industry stuff. And I'll show you what I've been working on. So we were really low on shoes. So remember, nowadays, shoes are good for our happiness. And so I have a bunch more knitting workshops. One of them is making shoes over in here. We're doing still with shoes. But our baskets, on the other hand, are doing really well. So we have lots of baskets going on. I think what we'll do is swap this one to bee shoes since we have so many baskets going on. And that'll be great. We have one more knitting workshop ready to go if we want to set it up. But I don't have any workers right now, so we'll leave it like that for now. And over in here, you can see I added in 2 more salt works. We have one of them operating right now, trying to get a little bit of salt reserve. I feel like they should buff the income of salt in this game a little bit. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 total right now, 3 of them working. And I feel like we should have enough for the little bit of processing of the salt that we're doing. Right now, we are taking the salt and making salted fish out of it. Tons of fish in reserve because we have fish banned. So we just need that salt to get the salted fish. You can see we have 0 in reserve for salted fish. So yeah, we got to get some salt happening. So we're working on that, trying to get that a little bit better. I also have put in a couple more sand pits. So clay right now, our bricks right now are maxed out. Right now our production limit on bricks is really high, something like this. So we need a lot of clay because we're making a lot of bricks. So we got 2 more sand pits up and operational. Getting a little bit more clay coming in there. And now we finally have a little bit of storage of clay. So that's good. Trying to get that figured out. So we have lots of clay coming in. That's awesome. And then with each of our reed fields, since we had so many baskets, I have updated each of our reed fields with the basket technology. And that's going to increase the work efficiency by 10%. I figured that was pretty no-brainer right there. So we got that happening. So we have a little bit of a stock of reeds, which is great, and we are using those all over the place. Back over in here, we were having a steel issue at the end of our last episode. We have fixed that. So we have 823 steel. Our production cap is 1,000 right now. I have 3 buildings over in here making our refined fuels. We have 4 buildings to make steel. Only 3 of them are running again, but we are ready for that. And then we do have our forge over in here making us building kits. I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to increase this production limit to, let's go 10,000. And we'll go ahead and we'll do that. I want the building kits because when we get to wonders, we're going to be using a ton of those. And I got a lot of houses to still upgrade. Remember, we have been upgrading our houses as we go along here to the luxury housing to try and prevent as much stress as possible. Currently at 37% stress. We're trying to keep that low. And we're doing that by upgrading the houses right now. Once we get trading back up and operational and we can really start doing that some more, we can trade for some cats and dogs. The reason why I want to trade for some cats and dogs is because puppies reduce the stress by 15% and cats reduce it by 5%. So yeah, we're going to have to get some puppies, I think. An additional 15% per house, that's really strong. So we're going to work on that for sure. And it looks like we have immigrants nearly here. Great. And then what do we have here? An earthquake will kill all wildlife on the map and low durability buildings will be destroyed. Huh. That's not great. So I just thought of something that we could do with this one tech point that we just got. Now, we were going to put it over into superior insurance, and I do want to do that. But seeing this, I hope that we can get the ability here. Here it is. So rebuild. This is our next talent to learn. So let's learn this first. This is going to make rebuilding all these buildings that this earthquake hits a little bit more simple. So we're going to get that. Before that hits, let's go ahead and we'll work on a couple of our other new buildings here. So down over in this area, we have our boarding school and our academy. So right now we can't build academies. We don't have lanterns. So I'm going to skip that for now. But the boarding school we can deal with. We have furniture. We got that in the last episode. So school-age children will live and study in the boarding school, and their efficiency increases after graduation. Graduated children need to move into new houses. So this is like the regular school, except the kids are going to live here. So we're going to go ahead and we're definitely going to pop one of these guys in. We'll go about right there. That's just fine, and we'll get that happening. So now the area that I wanted to flatten a little bit is up over in here. So I want to be able to utilize this coastline, of course, because we use a ton of things on the water over in here, and we don't even have reservoirs yet to pull in water from the river. And we're going to have a lot of those eventually. So what I want to do is flatten this out, and then I'm going to put a market like right in the middle here. And let's go ahead and we'll grab the terraform here. And let's go ahead, we'll grab this guy, we'll flatten this out. And you can see there, I got a little bit of a weird corner on the river there. So just keep that in mind. Be careful a little bit what you're doing when you're by the edge here. You can see that even though I'm not near the coast, it's still affecting it. So yeah, just got to watch what you're doing a little bit. So now that's all nice and flat. There's a couple areas around town that I want to flatten out too now that we got this. Like right in here, let's do something with that space, right? We could do that. Another thing you can do, which I don't really like the look of, is you can flatten out the mountains that have mines on them, and then the mines are just the mine building, just hanging out. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to see it, but you can do it. I want to go ahead and we're going to grab another marketplace, and we should have enough area to put another marketplace in here and build a couple more houses. And I also want to utilize a little bit of this space over in here and a little bit of this down here, maybe for a little more farm action. Just want to be able to feed all these other people too. Still doing really great on food, and we still have 3 open farms over in here so that we can take advantage of those if we need to. So we'll get the marketplace set up there. I'm not going to do anything with it at this second. Wow, 42 laborers all of a sudden. Anybody catch how that happened? I went from like 10 to 40 all of a sudden. But anyways, how are we doing on housing? Can we house all those people? That's a lot of people all of a sudden. Yeah, barely. Okay. So what we're gonna have to do is fill this in, I guess, with some houses. So we'll get this built up. I have to get this upgraded, and once this is upgraded, then we can start to build up around it. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to happen, let's also grab our transfer station. These guys can store items. Workers inside will transport stored items to warehouses outside of the range. So we're gonna grab this, and there's a lot of spots I'm gonna put this in, and we're gonna start with right there. And so we have our building kits right here, right? And this is the only spot on the map where we are creating building kits. So once this, let's pretend that the transfer station is completed. So the transfer station is completed. The building kits can be stored at the transfer station as opposed to at the warehouse. And then once they're at the transfer station, the workers at the transfer station can then move those building kits elsewhere around the town. So if we were building, I don't know, a wonder like right in here, those guys at the transfer station would be able to bring the goods over to the warehouse that would be close to this wonder. So in this case, the warehouse would be right there. And then the builders can take from that warehouse to the site. So that's the point of transfer station. It's a dedicated worker to move goods further away into your town. So we'll get this guy built up, and yeah, we're gonna sprinkle these all over the place. We got a lot of specialized areas. I'm gonna plop one right there. I think one down over in here would be good. I like these, so I put a lot of them around. Now that we have laborers again, we're going to utilize a bunch of these. That's a good spot for one right there. And then let's go ahead and put one there too. So we got a couple of sites to build up. We can do that over time here. No huge rush on any of that. And now that we have those 40 laborers, I definitely want to do another trade for sure. Let's go ahead and do superior insurance, and we need 1 more point for well-known reputation. So I want to hold on to, I'm going to say 10 laborers or so. But let's go ahead and fill in a couple of these other spaces that I didn't have quite enough people for. So the salt works. Oh, I can add in a couple more jobs here. So I don't even need this one right now. So we'll do 2 more there. We'll do 4 more total. Get those guys working. And then we'll see where our salt is. Probably need to add in a few more even on top of that. And then get those guys happening. And then we have a lot of these areas that are at max production limit, which is a good thing. What I would like to do with some rope here eventually is get to fishing nets and start making fishing nets. We haven't been able to do that just yet. I need to learn the technology. So we're working on that as well. And then we can later get to the fishing ports and get some lobsters and some goodies like that. And let's go ahead, we'll fill that one in. Ooh, another spot for a transfer station would be up over in this space. This is one of the main areas where we're producing wood. We also have that bamboo up there. That's a great spot for one. So we'll put that one right there. Get that guy operational. And we could even do another boarding school. Is this one ready to go? It is. So let's go ahead. Oh, that's, yeah, let's go and throw one more in over in this area. Since that is nearly full, and this spot right here will work just fine. So we'll get that guy going on over in that space. Good, good. And yeah, now we're just kind of preparing for this earthquake. We'll see what that all does. So while we're waiting for it, it looks like our marketplace is good to go. Let's upgrade it real quick. Awesome. And then I'm going to put some houses in, and I'll bring you back right before this earthquake hits so we can see what happens together. All right, we got a bunch of houses laid out, and we are right before the earthquake. So we'll see where that's going to happen. I realized that we didn't have a dock yet, and I thought that was kind of silly. So we have a dock now. We're also going to be able to watch for some blueprints and stuff from the merchant ships that come past, and hopefully we haven't missed any. We'll never know, I guess, but hopefully we'll catch some new ones. So we'll see where this earthquake gets here soon, and then we got a merchant ship on the way, and then we're going to have another drought. So lots of stuff on the way here on our little timeline. While we're waiting for that earthquake, oh, here we go. The earthquake is coming. Wild animals are killed and low durability buildings are destroyed. Let's see if anything got broken. I don't see anything right away. That's good. We don't really have any low durability buildings because we are pretty diligent with our repair people. Yeah, an earthquake happened, but it missed us, so that's great. Pretty nice. So yeah, that's done with. It looks like we have a mine here that is not operational, so let's go ahead and turn that off. Get those 6 workers back, and we back up to 20 laborers. That's excellent. We nearly have another tech point, and that should be enough for our well-known reputation, which would be great. Another mine that's empty, so we'll go ahead and take those workers out of there. Furniture factory. Let's updo this a little bit. We can trade some of that furniture, so we'll go ahead and increase it a little bit. There's our tech point. Let's go ahead and hop up here, and we are going to go ahead and grab trade. And then well-known reputation. Excellent. Oh, I'm so happy we get that finally. All right, and then let's go ahead and we're going to go to our trading post. And we're going to set something up right away. So what we want to do, we are working on getting to level 3 with Meow here. The dense farms, orchards, and forest farms. And then next, I think after we get to those, I think we'll work on Carlos. I would really like to get to our Chichen Itza. The cemeteries aren't my favorite thing in this game, and they get old pretty quickly. So that would be my next goal. So let's go ahead, and now that we have insurance, we can check insurance. We have 6,000 coins to deal with right now. I did say 10 people, so let's go ahead and we'll do that, lower the risk of death. And then I'm going to go ahead and set it up. We should have plenty of items to sell. And let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, here's what we got set up. We got some dumplings that we've got from the lanterns floating down the river. Same with fireworks. And then some of the porcelain that we've been working on, we can sell out a little bit of. Be great. And we're looking at 17,000 coins. And then I'm going to purchase some coal. We are really low on our household heating elements right now. So let's go ahead and get some of those on the way. And let's form this. So let's going to send 10 of our peeps out and get some reputation, hopefully. Okay, so now we have 13 laborers left. We need to find some of these mines where we are working on coal. Let's see if we have anything that has any inventory left. Looks like most of our mines right now are kind of empty. So we'll have to do just like what we did with our quarry and get the technology to get the exploration technology to make them have a little bit more inventory in them. Eventually, we'll get to infinite mines and quarries with exploration and exploitation technologies too, but we can't quite do that yet. It's on the radar. We'll work towards it. Okay, so we're going to get this mine built up. We're looking for a little bit more stone. When we did get this quarry upgraded to senior quarry, since I was low on workers, I took most of them out of here. We'll go ahead and throw one more in there and continue to get some more rocks happening. So we have this quarry, and we also have the other quarry that's over in here. This one's got 10 people on it. They're working real hard to get us some more stone. This one we can upgrade still. Haven't done it yet, though. I'm going to wait until our inventory is empty before I upgrade it. Looks like we have an administrator that is available to be appointed, so let's check this out. Mining proficiency +1 and interval between citizens procreation -10. I think we're going to go for this one. Get that one happening. And we can reappoint this person, so let's go ahead. Oh, I mean, I didn't want to reappoint. I meant to exchange. Oh well, can't do anything about it now. But anyways, yeah, we'll get that guy kicked out of there once we can. We don't need somebody who's infinitely giving us wheat seeds. We only need the wheat seeds once. So we'll get that happening. And we're kind of at this point just waiting for those immigrants to get here. And I think what we'll do is we'll set up another caravan. We do this other trade post once those immigrants get here that we will assign and then ship another one out. We might as well get some more coins coming in, get some more of that reputation, keep working on that grind. This is what I'm talking about with the cemeteries. We have 42 tombstones in each of these, and I just replaced these. This going back and forth and deleting and rebuilding cemeteries is one of my least favorite aspects of this game, and that's why I like Carlos's S10E10 so much. So we'll work on getting to that as well. So lots of trade reputations that I want to work on. We'll also have to continue to expand our trade technologies with Overloader. This is going to increase the max carry weight, making our trips a little bit more effective. And then Travel Light, when the total weight of goods sold in the caravan is less than 50%, the round trip time is reduced by 30. So this one isn't going to be that viable for us. We are going to be loading up our caravans as much as we can, so this isn't going to really be that applicable. However, if we want to get to caravan remodeling ever, we have to get Travel Light. So I think instead of going Overloader Travel Light, we'll grab Overloader and then go Large Trading Post and then grab High Speed. The Water Trading Post is also very powerful. The thing I don't like about the Water Trading Post is it takes a long time and it takes a lot of workers. However, you do get a ton of goods when that thing comes back, or you can also export a lot of goods. So it is good, it just takes a lot longer, and it takes a lot of workers as well. So we'll get the Large Trading Post, we'll stay on the land for now, and then we can continue to grow that way and expand. Eventually, we'll probably hop on the water and just check it out. So this little area that I threw in there before the earthquake hit, mostly houses, of course, that's the point of this. And we have our little bathhouse. We got all the basics over here. Hospital. Oh, except for the well that I absolutely want to add in here before I forget about it. Go ahead and we'll plop one of those wells right in there and one right there. Okay, super great. And we got our little warehouse over there as well, just for the marketplace people. So that with the warehouse right here, the vendors that work at the marketplaces aren't going to have to travel as far, hopefully, to get the citizens their goods. So once we got our logistical technology of delivery, the workers in marketplaces or small marketplaces will automatically deliver food, water, and fuel to nearby citizens. So at this point, the vendor workers are going to be bringing the goods out to the people. So something, once you get this tech, that you want to watch for, let's see if this is a happening on one of our town, in our little areas yet, is you want to make sure that the inventories are remaining somewhat full. You got to have enough workers in here, enough vendors in here to bring the people the goods. If you don't, then they're not getting the goods, and it's just not working how you want it to work. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start off with 2 workers in each of our marketplaces. We'll probably have to increase that. This one especially, with only hardwood tools in here, it needs a little bit more extra help. Maybe we'll go ahead and we'll add 1 more worker in there just because we can see that already. It looks like we still have a clothing issue, which is incredible to me because over in here, I also put in a textile mill to get some cotton cloth, and we have a ton of tailors right now working on down jackets. I had some rough clothes going on for a while, but I wanted to upgrade a little bit. Trying to stay on top of our linen, we should be okay, but obviously we're not. So I'm going to go ahead and put in another couple advanced tailors, try and keep our clothing situation figured out. And while we're doing that, we have our transfer station right here. So you can see that this transfer station has all sorts of goodies. It's got some wood, some fats in there, backpacks, leather, all sorts of good stuff. So all these goods that are getting brought here are then being shipped out to any other warehouse outside of this blue circle. And that's just going to help to make sure that everybody in the town is covered with all the things. Now that we got those extra immigrants here, let's go ahead and come on down to the other small trading posts we have. And I think what we'll do is I'll get this set up real quick, and then we'll bring you back and we'll see what we got going. And then I think that'll be about it for this episode. All right, here's what we got set up for Meow for our second caravan. Lots of porcelain going out, 13,500 gold, and then some paper coming back in. We're really low on paper, so we're working on that, and that will help us get some more tech points more quickly. Go ahead and form it up, and that's off. Okay, and we do have 1 more technology point. Let's go ahead and see what we can grab here. And let's go ahead and grab Overloader. I wish I would have seen that before I set that caravan up, but oh well. And there we go. That's going to be it for this episode of Settlement Survival. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you on the next episode. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.